delightful little monkey here today. Good morning, Johnny Rooster right here. You're watching Morning Mouth. As you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today happens to be Wonderful Wednesday, and I have a wonderful guest. It's Angela Romine. Hello, Angela.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Angela she says she's not nervous, but she is nervous because it's her first. What, is this your first time to be like on a big simulcast thing? Or?
Yes, actually it is.
Well, that's all right. You're running for a city office, so that's going to be kind of a thing.
I know, I have to get used to that.
So what are you running for?
I'm running for Springfield City Council Zone 1, which is Northwest Springfield.
Zone 1 means Northwest.
Yes.
You know what? We're sitting in Northwest Springfield
We are.
right now.
Yes.
I have a special surprise for
We
you
are
guys.
in your zone. Okay. But we're in your zone.
I believe so, yes.
Northwest Springfield.
Yep.
And that covers an area that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's the Easter Bunny. Look at these bunny ears. Wow. What do you think of that, Ollie? Ollie's excited. Ollie the orangutan and the Easter Bunny. Get a shot of that, you guys. That's a screenshot to win the world. I didn't know this was going to happen. Wow.
Awesome.
Isn't that great? Angela, I cannot believe this. Well,
I feel special
the
now.
Easter Bunny is bringing us what? What is this? Oh my goodness. Those little paws. Aren't you cute? Okay, we got Cheerios and we got Cheerios and cups. We'll have to figure that out here. Cheerios and cups. I don't know if you can drink that, but what a deal. All right. Well, Easter Bunny, thank you for being here. What a love it.
you.
Oh, yeah. Get a selfie with the bunny. Here, let's do that before you get out of here. Let's make a moment happen here. Camera, selfie mode. Ollie, you want to hold that camera? All right, here we go. Here we go. Click, 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 click. Oh, we love you. Oh, Ollie, you ugly boy. He's got a orangutan face. He never smiles. Thank you, Easter Bunny.
Thank you.
You are so fun. Yay. How fun having an Easter Bunny visit.
That was very fun.
You know, things like that happen on this show from time to time. And we're talking about Springfield City Council. People are talking about Zone 1.
Yes, sir.
You have one other opponent.
Yes, sir.
So tell me about why you wanted to do that and who you are, because people want to know. Who are you?
Well, first of all, I'm an Army brat, so my dad was in the military growing up, so we moved around a lot. And then I decided to have the brilliant idea to sign up myself, so I was in for 3 years and
Wow.
met my husband. He was in for 8. But the reason I decided to run was for several reasons. The crime rate keeps going up every year in Springfield, yes. And of course, Northwest Springfield has always had crime issues, but it's spreading more wide now. And well, of course, last year small businesses really took a hit. I am a small business owner also.
Oh, good.
So and
I'm sorry they took a hit. I noticed that. I think the current mayor, Ken McClure, didn't need to shut down that hard or for that long. Maybe for a little while, but I'm not sure if that really helped.
Well, you know, it was funny how some businesses were considered essential and some were not, and some of them didn't make sense. Like, you could buy a car, but you couldn't. Well, here's a good one. So hospitals were not taking elective surgeries, and I didn't know this until this happened, that an elective surgery is just meaning that it's a surgery that you make an appointment for. So
Right.
if you had cancer and needed a mastectomy, that wasn't considered essential. So here you are with cancer not being able to get
So they're
operated.
determining what's essential as far as the type of surgery?
I mean, yeah, even that. So it was just really weird. I know it was that was way more than city council, but it was just really weird what was considered essential and what was not.
In those situations, what can city council do? Is there any power that you have to control that?
You know, you've seen it in other states. Cities refuse to shut down sometimes against the governor's request, and so that was one of the things I felt was needed.
So you're saying if you were on city council, could you have done something publicly to make your opposition known to that?
I believe so, because
And would it have made a difference?
Well, one of the things that I was saying was that the economy was already slowing down. I could see that in my business. You know, all of a sudden I was booked almost every day to maybe 1 or 2 clients for that month of March.
Wow.
And yeah, so I was like, we don't need government to come and say to shut down. The economy was already doing that.
Well, that is something that we need to talk about. We've got another person here today. Her name is Carol. We're going to do this. I'm going to have you sit where I did, Carol.
Oh, okay.
We're going to switcheroo here.
All right.
It's the little musical chairs.
Ooh, there
Now,
we
you
go.
guys can still hear me. Carol is the co-host on the 4th Wednesday. Now, today is the 5th Wednesday. We sneaked in an extra Wednesday this month, so we had her on last Wednesday and give her a warm-up. Now it's kind of like every 4th Wednesday, Carol Throckmorton will be part of the show with me, but because you're our special guest, Angela, this is Angela Romine. I guess you two have met.
Yes, yes.
And I'm sorry, Carol, that you missed the Easter Bunny.
But wait, I was going to ask you, I've had the strangest
Had
experience.
this great.
I passed. Have you ever seen the movie with Jimmy Stewart called Harvey?
Oh yeah, the big 6-foot
You have
bunny.
Harvey somewhere
Harvey's
because I
wandering
just
around.
ran into him.
It's
Yes.
nuts.
What was he doing?
It's kind of happened on the morning drive earlier, the earlier show.
Here. Only here.
This guy was showing up with coffee, this bunny. I got here late. I didn't see it, but Matt said, wow.
Yeah, I loved it.
So he's here, Harvey, whoever you are.
Saw him, Harvey.
You guys, if you guys see a big 6-foot bunny wandering around Springfield, Missouri, he might be running for city council.
Are you sure he was 6 foot? I thought he was a little shorter than
No, he does vary in height.
Oh, he
So,
does, yeah.
Angela is running for Springfield Council,
Yes.
and you could ask her about that because as a person, did you live in Springfield?
I do, yes,
You can
yes.
talk to her about
Yeah.
this stuff, but to me, how much power does City Council have? That's what we're trying to discuss. When there's something like a mask mandate or shutting down business, she's a small business owner.
Right.
You have your own business. How do we protect ourselves as citizens if we're on City Council? She's running for that position,
Right.
April 6th.
Yep.
What can she do? What can we do?
Yeah. What is your plan? What's the most important thing to you on your docket as far as if you're elected to the council?
I think the most important really is getting back to limited government. I think that covers a lot of things. And then second of all would be crime, because obviously that is rampant. We don't have enough police officers. We're short almost 40.
Oh,
and I think
wow.
even if we had all of them, I think we're still short. So it's just those are basically the two main things that I see in Zone 1. And every one of those has different layers. So, with crime, we have to combat drugs, we have to combat homelessness, we have to look at nuisance properties. All these things kind of feed together. If we have a stronger economy in Northwest Springfield, then all these areas will definitely have a positive impact.
Right. I'm part of the North Springfield Betterment Association
Okay.
and attend the meetings, and I know one of the things that was just brought up there was the amount of rental property that is here in Springfield, and I believe they said what they quoted was it was 50% of all homes in Springfield are rentals. If you added in the apartment buildings, it went to about 60%, and if you were on the west side, it was approximately 70%.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it did me. I was very shocked to hear that, and I don't know if there's anything out there, because I know a community can't be sustainable that way. Is there anything in the works? Which you talked about the nuisance properties. That was
Right.
one of the things that kind of spurred that on to me. So what are they doing about those types of things? What is in place currently to help with that?
Well, currently there is a city. I'm forgetting the word. There's a number to call call city to turn in properties or to turn in a landlord that's refusing to fix something.
Okay.
So the number isn't being utilized very well. Part of that is some tenants are fearful of being evicted.
Yeah.
And so, but there are things in place. There are ordinances. So one of one of the things that I've been talking about is city council does have some great ideas. They just don't have follow through. There are some great ordinances to protect us. There's just no follow through. You know, we don't have the personnel. We may not have the budget, and but you can't just say, "Here's our plan. Here's our wonderful plan. We're going to be doing all these great things," and then stop it at that. You know, we need to look at the budget and make sure that we can do these things that they're wanting to pass along. The same thing with ordinances. You know, we need to make sure we have the personnel to do that. So just talking about it is not going to fix the issue. We just need to fix the issue. But I think there's
I'm so glad you said fix the issue, because we're going to fix an issue right here, right now. I wanted you to know that you're going to have to fix a problem in the real world. The bunny brought you some Oreos, or what are these things? Little Cheerios. Oreos. Okay, so what you're going to do, you're going to have a little contest right here. There's 10 Cheerios in this bowl, 10 Cheerios in this bowl. Count them to make sure we didn't cheat.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to get in on the camera. You're going to go with, you're going to have to pick these up with your mouth and drop them in there. You can't use your hands. The first one to get the 10 in the cup wins. So that's your instructions. This is how to solve a problem.
You do know when they get wet, they're going to stick,
They're
right?
yours. All of this property is yours. We're not going to be contaminating anybody else's property. All right, so are you ready? You're going to pick them up with your mouth and drop them in the cup. And now you can use your hands to control the cup and the bowl, because the bowl and cup will move. But you cannot use anything else like your hands to do anything with the Cheerios.
Okay.
On your mark, get set, go. And it's okay to get multiples. I can see you're very careful to do that. Whoa! Oh, so close! You could eat that last one. We were down to 9 and 10. So if you were running for city council, you would have lost by one Cheerio.
One Cheerio.
Oh, that would be so. You would want a recount of the Cheerios.
That's right.
So you would want these Cheerios definitely to be recounted, but you have 9, and Carol, you're really good.
Yes.
I was going to say you're really good with your tongue, but that would sound terrible.
No,
so I'm not going to say that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
As you were saying, just continue the interview. You were doing a wonderful job.
Oh, goodness. I would have to say my tongue is probably my best weapon.
The Bible talks about controlling the tongue.
Exactly.
It's like a raging fire.
That's right. It controls the ship.
I know that
life and death.
I have never said anything out of line ever. So when you have to do something impromptu, Angela, that's what I'm getting at here. As a city council person, you're going to have to meet the unexpected. It won't be that fun either. Some of the stuff that comes your way is going to be really hard. What are some things you expect to happen? Because you have a 50-50 chance of winning this election.
Yes.
You have one opponent.
Yes.
If your opponent doesn't drop dead, you still have a 50-50 chance if your opponent stays alive and healthy. Because you know half of the people in Springfield are quite left and people are right wing. We're going to talk about that. It doesn't matter, but it does.
Yes.
We're divided in the city of Springfield.
I've been told that there is no left, it's just right and wrong.
Yeah! Say it! But Miss Angela leans right. Her opponent leans left. Let's be real about this. This is going to be a tight race.
Yes, it will.
So,
because you're up in the Northwest.
I am in the
You're not
Northwest.
in the Southeast where you have it safe. I'm going to say it right. I'm going to say you're safe down in the Southeast.
Wait a minute, I live in the Southeast.
That's meaning you're more right wing. That's what I'm saying. If you're a lefty in the Northwest, you're a little more strong than you would be in the Southeast. But she's a righty in the Northwest. It's tough. Let's help her out.
Well, can I address that a little bit?
Sure.
It's my show, and yes, you can.
Okay, good. I've been talking to people, and I've been telling them that I'm happy to listen to the other side. I don't think that currently we're open to that. You know, we're, like you said, we're a very, very divided country. We're a very divided city. And I think that we need to look at it this is our town, this is our zone, left or right, these are our problems, and it starts with us. So I may not have all the answers to all these problems, but if I listen to everybody give me input and their points of view, and their suggestions on fixing something, we can come to a better solution to the problems, as opposed to just saying, well, I think we should do this and I'm right and you're wrong, and move on from there. So
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a problem that we do have. So I have sat down with people. I've sat down with somebody that was part of Black Lives Matter, and we had a great conversation. And you know, he's very supportive of my run.
Good.
Without hiding who I was, I told him I am conservative.
Yes.
And
Hold on. That says something to me. All right, we're talking about left wing, right wing, and you're running for city council. You were able to help a left-leaning person understand your point of view and support you.
yes, absolutely.
This audience needs to hear that.
Good.
Yeah. He's got a sign, a yard sign and everything up in his
Great.
yard.
Fantastic.
How did you win him
That's
over
good.
to what's going on?
Well, first of all, I pointed out that we all have our own biases. For example, he would have treated me differently if I had said I was a Democrat as opposed to saying I'm a Republican.
That's right.
And he agreed with me there. And I said, and every label you can think of has bad people in it, but we need to focus and really uplift the good people, right? There are
Right.
bad black people, there are bad Mexican people, there are bad white people, there are bad police officers, there are
Right.
bad doctors,
We can
and
put
so
a
on and
quote
so
on that.
forth.
There's bad black people, and then all of a sudden we're going to get burned down.
Right. Right.
Careful.
And so he agreed with that also. And so then he asked me if I would be willing to show up in the community. And I said, absolutely. I'm asking people to talk to me. And so he's invited me to some things he's put out. He has an Easter egg hunt this Sunday, and I'll be
Great.
going to that.
Good.
He had a free gun safety class. He invited me to that. So
Fantastic.
I've been showing, I can't stay for the whole thing usually, but I can come and show support, because I think those are things that the community needs.
Yes.
And what I told him, what I loved about his ideas is that it didn't involve government. It was him coming up with solutions for his
Good.
community
Good.
and taking ownership of his community and a responsibility for
That's
his.
great.
So that's how I won him over. When I said I will show up, he was like, well, that's what we need. We need somebody that shows up, because nobody shows up to Zone 1.
Wow.
So with that, he was like, well, let me tell you how to win Zone 1.
Wow. Wow.
And he put it up on his Facebook page that he
Cool.
supported me. And again, he's got a yard sign in his yard.
Uh-huh.
So it was just a really amazing, and I attribute that also to God. I mean,
Yeah.
I prayed before that meeting,
Yeah.
For God to give me wisdom. So
Right.
that's how I plan to
Great.
navigate all the.
Now define Zone 1 for me.
Zone 1 is the, all the edges are kind of jaggedy, but it's basically kind of like grand and national
Okay.
west of this kind of, and then there's pockets closer to the edge here. So technically, we may or may not be here in Zone 1, just because there's pockets that are not covered
Right.
within this edge.
30 seconds till break.
Okay.
So, but that's basically
Okay.
a little bit north of I-44.
Right. Okay. Great. And the one thing, what you're saying that I always remember is that old adage that people don't care what you know until they know how much you care.
Good
Right.
one to
And
wrap it
I
up
think
on.
that's what you're doing. Yeah.
We're going to
Thank
come
you.
back after the break. Just smile and look pretty.
Little song and dance.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
I need a
Eat your
tissue.
Cheerios,
May
they're
I
yours.
get a tissue?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You're good to go.
She's gonna wave her tissue.
My white flag.
They had to Anakin. It's like, he's Darth Vader. Oh no! They were like all upset and horrified. Well, we didn't get that because we knew ahead of time that he was going to be Darth Vader. We forget that that's part of the excitement of the original 3 was we didn't know, So, but that's me. I love that stuff.
The Romans, the religious leaders, they slaughtered him. Was he that lamb?
The Passover lamb.
That's why I always ask her for tips on cleaning. She knows how to do it, that's for certain. Especially when certain husbands do the spilling.
Hi, Hi, my name is Regina Smith. I am a social worker with Nightlight Christian Adoptions. Nightlight is a local nonprofit adoption agency, and we're licensed in 10 states.
What can you say about Nightlight?
What really attracted me to Nightlight is that they are really big on supporting birth mothers, and we wanted to make sure that our child, Henry's mom, was well taken care of no matter what. This wasn't something where we were just looking to get a baby. We were looking to expand our family, and that's everybody involved. His family, his birth family, and then our son.
Nightlight Christian Adoptions offers international adoption programs in nearly 20 different countries. Some families find a child through our website, The Adoption Bridge. On The Adoption Bridge, we have profiles of children who are waiting to be adopted. Some of these children are from other countries, so sometimes families come to us because they've identified a specific child that they're hoping to adopt.
Da 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 da. Hey, we're back. It's so fun to be here with these smiling faces. This is the Johnny Rooster Morning Mouth. As you know, we've been talking to Angela Romine, and she is running for Springfield, Missouri City Council Zone 1. My head looks small. Okay, so Zone 1 is Northwest Springfield, and Carol is the co-host on the Morning Mouth on the 4th Wednesday of the month, starting in April.
Yep.
Because this is technically the 5th Wednesday. It's a cheat. It's the 31st.
I'm lucky that way.
Aren't you glad? You may be relieved that you weren't on the show on April Fool's Day.
Oh, yes.
Because I'm not on Thursdays, so tomorrow is April Fool's Day, and everybody should breathe a huge sigh of relief. Thank you, God. Johnny wasn't on the set on April Fool's Day. That just would be a dangerous... It'd be like Coca-Cola and battery acid.
Wouldn't want to be here for
I've
that.
never heard
No.
that phrase, but I'm that kind of guy. I'm the
Yeah.
Coca-Cola battery acid kind of guy.
Oh.
I can see that.
You really, your mouth is fizzing and pain.
Oh, maybe
It's
that's why your
terrible.
head's, maybe it's shrinking.
So earlier you may have watched, if you didn't, you probably need to go back and watch this one, but there's a contest, and the ladies here were, well, they're picking up Cheerios with their mouths and dropping them in cups. The whole point being, on the fly, on a quick notice, you've got to do something unusual.
Yes.
And in City Council, that's going to happen.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree with that.
And did you address anything else about how you might be influential to this council? Because is the council going to be left? Are they going to be right?
Well, this is another
How is it gonna
interesting
feel
thing.
for you?
This is another interesting thing. Door knocking, both the left and the right say the same thing about the city council, that they don't feel heard.
That's important.
That is important. So I'm like, interesting, because you would think that the right would, or that the city council would either listen to the left if you were right, or vice versa, but
Right.
they're not listening to either side. So
Why is that, do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I've watched some city council meetings, and you can tell that they've made up their mind already. And so it doesn't matter what you go in and say. It's almost a waste of time and breath. I think it's important to go and show up anyway.
Yep.
But
City Council is like a husband, and the public is like a wife.
Already made up their mind? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
They're not listening.
They're
I'm not listening.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the things I keep pushing, is that I will listen. You know, again, like I said in the prior segment, is we need a city council to listen to people respectfully, because they may have something of value to that you may not have thought of. You
Right.
know, I've said this before. If I come up with a solution to help homelessness, and I don't listen to people that are homeless or help work with the homeless, I've never been homeless, so my solution can actually be detrimental to the homeless without taking their point of view and the issues into consideration. So it's real. That's why for me it's really important, left or right, to listen to people, whether you agree or not, because they do bring value to the conversation.
I hope you guys are understanding, this audience, understanding that if you live in the city of Springfield, Missouri, and you're watching this is March 31st, 2021, there's an election on Tuesday, April 6th. If you've already registered to vote, that's good, and you need to do that. You need to vote. I know Tuesday's a work day, but I would suggest, is there a good time to suggest? Do they go in early or late? What's going on in Springfield? Are there lines? Or is it kind of so what, big deal, city council, we don't care?
That's usually the...
So no worries, vote anytime, because Tuesday nobody cares, and there will be a low voter turnout.
It's unfortunate. I'm hoping that...
It's not the presidential race.
No, I'm hoping that that's not the case, because we do need... And that's the other thing. You can't complain about what we have when you're not voting.
That's
so,
right. Yep.
you know, we vote for presidential elections or bigger, the propositions.
Oh, yeah, Jim, you said I wasn't supposed to wear that. I'm sorry, Jim. Go ahead. He's our CEO, president, something.
Something. So anyway.
Does that a red hat? Okay, go ahead. There's red hat ladies out there.
Yes,
they're
there are.
older.
There are,
They're a certain age and they like red.
I'm going to bring my hats next time.
I think those older ladies that are left should be blue hat ladies, but that's another discussion.
No, they're blue hair ladies.
Blue hair, red hat, blue hair.
Ladies.
So you're talking about, yes, people need to be listening to others. If it's a homeless situation, you're not homeless, you don't have that strong of a voice about that.
Well, and I wouldn't think of things, you know.
You wouldn't understand.
I don't understand that lifestyle. I don't understand some of the
And
barriers
there's a huge
they have.
homeless situation because our former mayor in Springfield told me that's because they have services here where other communities don't have services. Down the road in Ozark, they don't, so they don't stay there.
And that
Springfield offers
I can
them
see
shelter.
that just because you know, you can Google nonprofits here in Springfield for homeless, and there's list upon list upon list upon list. So there are a lot of great, wonderful people that have stepped up to fill a need. But again, I don't know if those ramifications are helping or hindering what's going on.
So how much do you get paid to be on city council?
It's a volunteer position.
Can you believe that? Who would volunteer
to take that abuse? To get that kind of abuse.
So you need a gold medal just for that.
Yeah, right? Well, and I am putting my money where my mouth is because like yesterday, I closed down my business. I'm only one person, so if I'm not working, I'm not making any money. But I closed it yesterday so I can door knock, and I've had to do that several times.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to do that if I do get elected. I'm going to have to shut down my business for a few hours here and there and rearrange my schedule. So
tell us about your business and your family.
I am a massage therapist, and I own Halo Massage and Wellness.
You can tell them. That's a good point. Hi guys, I'm on camera. I'm nervous, but Johnny's here.
That's why I'm looking at you.
That's why she's nervous.
Seriously,
That's
I
why
would
she's
probably
nervous.
be just as nervous with a guy that's not nervous. Because that ain't natural.
And you've had 6-foot bunnies show up. I mean, why wouldn't
What
anybody
more
be
can we
nervous?
do?
Cheerios. I mean,
Cheerios.
seriously.
What more do you expect? So tell us about your family and your business. People want to know what you do, and let's get them over there.
So I own Halo Massage and Wellness. In April, I will have been in business for 8 years.
Congratulations.
God has been good. Every year I keep growing, so I'm very blessed that way. I have a wonderful husband. We've been married 19 years. It'll be 20 years this November.
Fantastic.
We have 0 kids, but life has been full.
You're such a millennial.
Right?
They always say, we don't have any kids. I got some fur babies.
I do have fur babies.
I got fur babies. I just don't like the term fur babies because it's so... I was born in 1980. It was just screaming. I was born in the 80s. Fur babies.
Well, you know, your mother,
can
I
tell-
guess, could say about you. She's got fur babies.
I'm going to try to relate. I'm trying to throw in with the baby boomers and be happy.
But anyway, we
Go
were not
ahead.
blessed that way. We were blessed in other ways. And he was in the military for 8 years, so we traveled around a lot.
Right.
Like I said earlier, my dad was in and I was in, so we moved around quite a bit.
So you were in the military as well?
Yeah, I was in for 3 years, and I tell people, don't thank me because I didn't do very much.
Thank you for your
in 3
service.
years.
Wait.
But you were willing.
I was
That's,
willing,
You're on
yeah.
there.
You're
That's
in the
what we thank
uniform.
you for.
And
yeah.
my husband did serve, and he served hard. I mean, he was out of our marriage. He's been gone 7.5 years total.
Wow.
And so, and that was all the.
That's why they don't have any children.
That's a big commitment.
And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
in the front end of our marriage, so it was
Wow.
you know, we've survived everything.
Did you get to know each other afterwards? 'Cause that's
yes.
hard.
So yeah, so we would laugh because it would be we were always kind of in the honeymoon stage.
So I met him. He seems like a really nice guy in
He's a great
spite of
guy.
himself.
Yeah, but we were always in this honeymoon phase because he would come home for a week or two or a few months
Yeah.
and then be gone again.
Yep.
And so I said, we've survived the time apart and we've survived the getting to know each other. So this is the longest we've lived together
Wow.
since we moved here. Well, since he got back from his last one, which was at the beginning of 2013. He got back, and so trying to get used to that. So I said, we've survived all the hard things.
Is he still in the service?
No. He served 8 years, and then he did some civilian contracting. So
What's he doing now? He's architect.
yeah, so yeah, he went to the jury 5-year master's program, and I think technically his job description is designer because he's not licensed architect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to give you Johnny's picks for city council because I don't live in Springfield and I'm a big mouth. Marcus Ayton, he's coming up on Friday. He's going to run against our current mayor in Springfield, Ken McClure. He's going against the establishment. The establishment has gathered a lot of money from the chamber, and there's no secret about that. I think that the way things are handled during COVID could be improved. The way the things that look like towards the police should be improved. And Marcus Ayton looks like he's got the right perspective on those. And I think that on the Springfield School Board, Dr. Mariam Muhammad Khani has a really good, strong perspective on the right things, as does Kelly Byrne. So that's my picks. If I was living in Springfield, I would not vote for a third school board candidate, and here's why. There's 3 seats open. The third one is up for grabs, and if you vote for 3, you're taking away from the 2 you really want. And I would definitely go on voting for 2 and letting the third one get whatever they need to win. Because the top 3 vote getters, the ones who get the most votes, they're going to get the seat. So, City Council, talking about Angela Romine. She's running against, who's the other candidate?
The other candidate is Isabel Jimenez Walker.
So anybody with a hyphenated name, out. That ain't going to cut it for me. If my wife, I'm just saying for my wife, if she's like a hyphen, I'm like, you can just hyphen yourself into another relationship. Just saying.
You have issues. You have.
I got
issues,
opinions.
yes. You got issues. I call them issues.
Opinions are like elbows. I'm saying it politely. Opinions are like elbows.
No.
Everybody's got one. I know what the other phrase is.
No.
There's a military person in here.
No. That we used to do teenagers, and we would tell them opinions are like armpits. Everybody has them, and they all stink. There you go.
I thought you were going with the other thing that stinks.
No.
I will get in trouble. I have been in trouble.
And you will stay in trouble.
So, what is the time of day at this moment? 9:40. We have a good 5 minutes left, at least. Right?
Well, you have made this go by pretty fast.
Yeah, it has been.
I know you're always alarmed, like, how did that happen? Marcus Ayton is coming in Friday. And he says, I don't really think I've got 40 minutes worth of material. I said, you don't know Johnny Rooster. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
There will be a show,
Yes.
and you'll be in it.
That's right.
And it's an honor to be here, isn't it?
It is.
Because
yes.
we can put this, it's going to be on YouTube forever. And we can show this to people. And you can say, remember when I ran for city council and won by 1 Cheerio?
There you go.
You don't want to lose by 1 Cheerio.
No, I don't want to lose by 1 Cheerio.
If you're just tuning in for some weird reason, you want to watch the part where our candidate for city council loses a contest by 1 Cheerio.
Actually, I think it was 2. Yeah, I
Now,
had
what-
2 in my mouth.
Our fact checkers weren't really on top of that. Now, were they?
No, they weren't. But I think it's only because I have a bigger mouth.
I
I think
would
that's all it is. I just
blame-
have a big mouth.
And scroll back to the beginning, I would blame Ollie the orangutan.
Yes.
The count was off. There's an orangutan, there's an Easter bunny. The Easter bunny much larger than the orangutan. It's not a real world thing. It's a big bunny and a small orangutan. 2.5
kinda like
humans.
Springfield.
Kind of like
Big community,
Small.
small field.
There you
right?
go.
and
There
so
you go.
that's what here we go. Here we go.
flies.
This just in.
He flies.
The flying monkey.
I want to be like
You know, a flying monkey reminds me of the Wizard of Oz.
I want to talk like
Yeah.
you, walk like. I'm sorry.
He's gonna play that guitar with drums. He's good with his arms.
There you go.
He's all arms.
He's all arms.
So, what else would you want to say, Angela Romine, as a city council candidate? You decided to do this, shutting down your business for parts of the day just so you can canvass and get the word out. That's a big commitment. You got to pay something for signs or for promotion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so,
Flyers,
So,
flyers.
is that
I
out
think-
of your pocket? Do you
some
have-
of it was, but I was able to raise some funds. So there were people that were very supportive of my campaign and my race. So
Well, I can appreciate whether you're left wing, right wing, whatever, your commitment to
Yes.
running for a public office.
Yes.
And I always think sincerely of the other candidates as well. Whatever their political persuasion, they're taking time out of their schedule to run for an office that's a volunteer position to help our community.
yeah, absolutely.
That's wonderful. My opinions were expressed on this show. If you guys want to get your own show, do it. Get your own opinions out there. And your opinions like an armpit, according to Carol.
Stink.
Yep, they all stink. All of them.
Carol is going to be here once a month on the show and co-hosting with me. I'm Johnny Rooster. It's Carol Throckmorton. Carol, tell us briefly what you do in the real world.
I wear many hats, have multiple heads.
Wow.
Yes. I do have my own business. My company is called Next Level Communication, and I am certified DISC, tester, trainer, coach. I also am certified in motivators, emotional intelligence, and soon to be critical thinking. So I can help in the corporate setting with onboarding, team building, that kind of stuff. We can also do some personal things as well.
She's probably been analyzing our personalities and trying to figure us out. Carol was on the show as a guest what was that?
Last week.
A week ago today?
I think so, yeah.
So it's always Wednesday, you know. I call it Woman Wednesday. I'm good with alliteration. I think about so like Man Monday, Woman Wednesday, Fun Friday. It's real simple for me. This is how I do the show. So you were here
Little
last
insight
Wednesday.
into Johnny
It doesn't seem like it's been a week already.
know, it doesn't.
But you were here talking about your next level communication business.
Right.
Angela, what is the name of your business?
Halo Massage and Wellness.
So if they look it up, how can they find it?
Well, they can Google it or on Facebook.
Halo Massage and Wellness,
I have
and that'll-
Facebook and a website.
Do you do more than just, when you say wellness, do you do more than just massage?
Originally, that was the thought, but I think also people don't realize how beneficial massage can be
Right.
for their health.
Yes.
So that's why the wellness.
Okay.
Deep tissue
I do deep tissue, Swedish, and clinical sessions. So
and Chinese pin cushion
No.
torture. There's got to be some kind of torture involved.
the torture's the pressure.
Yes, yes.
Does it
I've
feel,
had some-
does
I've
it
had
feel
some of
good
those,
to
yes.
hurt? Is it a good thing when you're hurting?
There's a
Like before it gets better?
as far as the massage is concerned, for the clinical sessions, yes, it has to, because that's how you know that the muscle has issues. If it's not tender, then there's no problem there, and we can move on to other things. But the clinical sessions are, I see a lot of CrossFitters, people that do marathons, people that sit in front of the computer all the time, just chronic pain, muscular pain. And so you look at the whole body, what they do all day, how they're positioned, what is their posture, and then you try to find the muscles that are causing those problems and holding you in place. So
Well, definitely check out, say the name of the business again.
Halo Massage and Wellness.
Halo, just like I wear every morning. Thanks for being here. Out of respect to the next show coming up, I will say farewell and thank you so much for being here. We'll go get Matt. He's going to run back to the controls and make it all go away, just like a good dream.
What you've been praying for.
Please,
Make
God,
it go away.
stop this madness. I've got some really great things to talk about when people have sponsored our show. There's been Stained Glass Theater. They came along. They're a live theater experience in Ozark, Missouri. So be sure and check out Stained Glass Theater. They run Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays for a show, and then they'll go down for a week or two and get ready for the next show. So there's a show coming up with Dennis Everson. He is our technician here, and he is an actor in the next play at Stained Glass Theater in Ozark, Missouri. So be sure to check them out. They're one of our sponsors, as is Proformance Lawn Care and Landscaping. There's also OCH Wellpoint Family Medical Clinic in Marshfield. There's Leanne Miller, who is a health markets agent here in Springfield. And then there's the Kitchen Yoda, Kitchenland USA. Kitchenland USA in Nixa, that's Brad Schrock. We thank all of our sponsors. If I miss somebody, I will be flogged. I hate it when I listen. Village Inn has donated some pies. And JohnnyRoosterLive.com, guest sign up if you want to be on the show. JohnnyRoosterLive.com, guest sign up. We had the delightful comedian Leighton Flats in here yesterday for a taped show.
Great. Whenever you're ready.
So I'm ready, and you're ready, and you're ready.
We're out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.